When Pete Rose walked in the ninth inning of Saturday's game, it looked like he was heading for 2 days' rest. Left-hander Steve Trout was set to pitch Sunday, which meant
Perez would be playing. I mean, that's just the way it is.
But today it was learned that Trout had fallen off a bicycle at his home. He was injured. A right-hander would start instead, and Pete faced a dilemma.
You know, I had 30,000 yelling here, and one lady sitting back in Cincinnati. Every time I get in a hit, kicking her dog. I was in a tough situation. I didn't know what to do.
What he decided to do was play.
Pete's playing. Much to your chagrin, as they say.
I don't know about my chagrin. Much to my surprise, right?
If anyone thought Pete would just go through the motions at Wrigley Field, they don't know Pete. First inning, he slaps a single off Darrell Patterson. Suddenly, there was the realization that he might not break the record in Cincinnati. Marge Schott was thinking of that at the Bengals game where she talked with Denny Jansen.
Sure, he should get it wherever he wants to get it, but I sure hope that the fans in Cincinnati are the ones that get to see the record, you know.
Well, I would think that Pete would want to get it here.
I would too. I don't know what he's doing in there.
This is what he was doing. Third inning, second time at bat against Patterson again. Pete grounds out to second base. Fifth inning, Pete up again. Marge Schott watching and hoping.
Is that 0-2 strikes?
Yes, it was, but then Pete worked it to a full count, 3-2. Time to squirm. Marge wasn't watching the Bengals at this point. Pete then proceeded to find a pitch to his liking, and he stroked a sharp single into right field. With that single, Pete had tied the immortal Cobb and had stunned the lady who signs his check.
I can't believe it.
He just tied it, right?
He tied it, right?
Yeah.
He tied it, right?
2 to tie. He's tied it now.
If I find out that guy doesn't have a bicycle.
But that was just the tire. The breaker would be an even bigger blow.
It just seems like every time after I got to hit the first time up, Parker kept coming up to me. He says, don't do it, don't do it. He kept saying, don't do it. I said, we got to try to win, don't we? I got to try to get a base hit. And he says, then finally after I was getting ready to go up there the last time, he said, yep. He says, you're going to make my all-gutty team.
Everyone had to wait through a rain delay of over 2 hours in Chicago before he would get the chance. It finally came in the ninth inning. 2 men on base, Cincinnati fans on edge. Lee Smith then proceeded to strike out Rose in the ninth inning to end what hope fans had today of seeing history in the making. Pete Rose had tied the record, but still hadn't busted it. And that should happen before the hometown crowd this week.